Hello everybody, I'm Garrulous64 and welcome back to Sonic Forces mods. Today we're going to be playing some classic Sonic levels with the fixed classic Sonic physics mod made by PT Kickass. So let's start with Ghost Town, as you do. Now right off the bat, if you're using this mod, you're going to notice that Sonic feels a lot faster and his jumping feels a little bit better. It's also very apparent in Chemical Plant because, you know, that infamous bit in the very beginning when you run down that huge slope and then you don't have enough speed to run up and actually hit the top of it, that is now completely fixed. You can run down it without curling and you can still make it up the slope. However, this mod, I believe, is still in V1. There are still things remaining, like the speed cap is currently still there, and I believe in the mod description they said that there are some slopes that you still need to use the spin dash to get up. I feel like it's going to take a lot of work to get Classic Sonic to feel even remotely as decent as he did in Generations, but this is definitely a step in the right direction, and let me tell you, he certainly needed this help. I don't know what Sonic Team was thinking when they were making the Classic Sonic segments. I'm not really sure if they were thinking. I'm still kind of holding to the idea that Classic Sonic was kind of like a last-minute decision. I know there's the Mania connection, but I feel like Classic Sonic had like the least amount of effort put into him. I mean, the levels are really bland, the physics are awful, and it's nowhere near as good as Mania or Generations. I mean, comparing it to Mania, of course it's not as good as Mania, because how could you top Mania? But like, even comparing to Generations, like it's almost unacceptable what they did to Classic Sonic between these two games. Ah, my favorite level, Green Hill, Green Hill. They have a serious problem with repetition in this game. Like, everyone else gets a cool level name, you know? You get Lost Valley, you get Guardian Rock. Classic Sonic gets the short end of the stick every single time. Classic Sonic gets Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Death Egg, Death Egg. Why? I don't get it. Why does everyone get a unique naming scheme for their levels? And then Classic Sonic is just like, yeah, you know what, call it whatever you want, I don't really care. We've got a day left to, you know, finish the game. See, it doesn't make any sense to me because everyone else has a really unique naming scheme. Like, think about it. When you're looking at those other levels, you're thinking, okay, the area I'm in is Green Hill. But how did I miss those springs, you ask? I don't know. But you're traveling through a certain region of Green Hill, because Green Hill's just like a state, but you're traveling through like a little town within it. So it's unique. So you just call it whatever you want, because no one really cares about Classic Sonic, right? Mania was just a fluke. And before we go, I wanted to actually show that thing in Chemical Plant I was talking about earlier. So as you can see here, if you run down this beginning slope, usually you wouldn't have enough speed to make it up the slope that follows it, but as you can see right there, we made it up just fine. You can even just take less of a running start and make it up. You know, when I ran down that gigantic slope at the very beginning there, and I didn't curl into a ball for some reason, just because it feels weird in this game, so I tended not to do that, and I couldn't make it up there, I was kind of astounded. Like, I was like, how did they mess up the physics that bad? Like, the whole point of Classic Sonic is running through worlds like this that have inclines, and once you go down the slopes, you gain momentum, and you use that momentum to get to different places, reach new heights, find new pathways, stuff like that. In this game, it makes even more sense to have that because they have collectibles you can find. So, what happened? I'm just really glad that people are actually able to edit the physics of this because they really need editing. This is the worst part of the game, in my opinion. This game is incredibly mediocre as it is, but just Classic Sonic, like, it almost deters me from wanting to play the game over again. Like, you can easily back up your save file with this game, which is really neat, but I don't want to go through all the Classic Sonic segments again unless I have to. Like, of course, I planned on making a video like the other ones I had before about playing through all of the stages in the game once again, but I've really been putting off Classic Sonic because I just don't have fun with it. It's just not entertaining to me. Except for the music, which I cannot get enough of. Which I really changed my tune on, no pun intended. Like, I really didn't like any of the songs at first, especially Ghost Town. I'm still not a huge fan of the Green Hill theme, but it's just like, Chemical Plant right here is one of my favorite themes in this entire game, besides the Avatar soundtrack and Luminous Forest. I think I might wait for like, you know, a more updated version of this mod to come out before I actually tackle all the classic Sonic stages again for a video. And I just fooled myself into thinking I could survive that. I thought I had the bubble shield, but of course the elemental shields don't return in this game, because why would we want cool things from Generations in this game, like, you know, decent controls? What happened there? You see, I had enough speed that I just kind of completely bypassed this gap, even though I was like, I should have fallen in there. That's weird. I mean, I'll take it, but I feel like I don't deserve it. Alright, there we go. That's my comeuppance. And the possibility of drowning. Alright, well that's everything I wanted to show off for today. So if you liked this video and you're not subscribed already, please make sure you do so you can keep up with more Sonic Forces and things that aren't Sonic Forces, because I do a lot of things. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.